What is going on, people? Welcome to a new show on the channel here, the Wavy Man United show. It's your boy Temi. We're back to talk Manchester United transfer news. Manchester United transfer news. A lot. It's a slow day in football, but some good, interesting stories to discuss today. Some good, interesting stories to discuss today. We're going to talk about PSG and the conversations we've been having with them. We're going to talk about Bayern Munich, the conversations we've been having with them, and also some just general news around the club. Guys, make sure to hit the like button for me, hit the subscribe button for me. We are live today. It's my first time doing a live stream in quite a while. I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on TikTok, so you can share some love, on all those different platforms. You feel me? But let's get right into it. We're gonna talk PSG first. As we saw today, some rumors dropped about um, Jadon Sancho and PSG expressing interest in Jadon Sancho. You feel me? Over the past couple of days, apparently there's an interest in Bruno Fernandes as well, but João Neves is the priority. But I want to focus on Jadon Sancho. You feel me? The Jadon Sancho thing is interesting. Clearly, he's an asset to the club after the way he performed in the second half of the season, being a big part of a squad that went to a Champions League final. He was critical in that run for them. Obviously, they faced PSG in the run into the final, and Jadon Sancho absolutely played out of his mind in those games. Killed Nuno Mendes, in my personal opinion. And of course, as you all know, like how football clubs operate, when you cook up somebody, there's generally a level of interest, right, for that club. PSG have lost Mbappe, you feel me? So they're looking for a replacement. They obviously have some wide talent in Barcola and Ousmane Dembele, but I think Jadon Sancho would be an upgrade for them big time. Now, I'm interested to see what progresses in the next couple of days, like what Jadon Sancho wants to do, what Manchester United want to do. Obviously, there's an interest in Ugarte. Do we do a swap deal? Is there a way we manage a swap deal for Ugarte and Jadon Sancho, or do we look in other directions? You feel me? Do we look in other directions? It's interesting. I really don't know what's going to end up of this. It's really in the early stages, but I hope we keep him. I'm going to keep it a buckety bean with you. I want Jadon Sancho to be a Manchester United player. That's what I want. He is, in my opinion, should be starting for us. I've said this multiple times over the last couple of weeks. He played really well in the last preseason game. I think him and Amad Diallo should be our starting wide pairing. You feel me? I think those two are our most technically gifted wide players, and they should be playing. Jadon Sancho's proven that he can play at the highest level. You feel me? He's proven that he can play at the highest level. And Amad Diallo, even though he's gotten minimal game time, is proven that he is quality and good enough to be playing on that right-hand side for Man United. Just look at the goal he scored this past weekend versus Rangers. I know some people said, oh, he's not the most direct player, whatever the case may be. Not trying to hear it. I think he's plenty direct enough to play with the Xerxes, to play with the Jadon Sancho, and they create a bunch of chances and we score more goals than we've been scoring in the last however long, you feel me? So Jadon Sancho, I hope you stay, my brother. I want Jadon Sancho in this at Manchester United. Like, I don't see. I mean, it obviously depends on the price. We bought him for around 75 million pounds. I don't know what a PSG would offer. Would they offer 50 million? Would they offer 50 million? Would they offer 45 million? Would they offer whatever? I don't know what the price is, but it has to be, in order for us to get rid of him, it has to be a big price for me. Like, I don't see why we would get rid of a talent like that, especially when he's still young. And he hasn't, in my opinion, this year should be another year where he should play and he should get more game time. As long as Ten Hag doesn't do a madness, you feel me? We should be seeing Jadon Sancho get a lot more playing time than he did in the past. Mind you, this new board, this new regime, this new structure, I imagine that they want Jadon Sancho to be playing, right? We've seen the Marcus Rashford Garnacho thing. We've seen the Garnacho Anthony We've seen Anthony, Rashford. Like we've seen those three wide players get plenty of game time over the last 2 seasons. And I think it's time for something new. We haven't been scoring a ton of goals. We haven't been scoring a ton of goals over the last 2 seasons. Even the season we finished third, not enough goals. Not enough goals. So it's an interesting one. Honestly, it's an interesting one. I hope that we figure something out. I hope that we figure something out with Jadon Sancho. I hope that we keep him. If it's left to me, I'd keep him. I think that he makes our team exponentially better. I really do. There's a lot of debate around him that he hasn't done enough. I think his circumstances and his environment is what's caused him to struggle, not necessarily a lack of talent or a lack of ability, or oh, he can't play in this league. Whatever the case may be, I don't see why we should sell him right now. Mind you, I think we need a certain level. We need a certain amount of wide players, right? We have Marcus Rashford, who's coming off of a struggling season. Anthony, who's coming off of a struggling season. Amad Diallo, who hasn't played a ton. You feel me? Garnacho, who played a ton of minutes and was okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have. I don't think we have elite wide players. I genuinely believe that Jadon Sancho and Amad Diallo are our best wide players. I really believe that. So I don't know what y'all think about that. But that's just my humble opinion. What would y'all want to see? Would you want to see Jadon Sancho stay at the club? Do you want to see Jadon Sancho, make a move to PSG? I think if I'm a betting man, I think the fan base is split, but I think he's a must keep. I think he's a must keep. You feel me? He's a must keep. Also, Bruno Fernandes. There's been talks about him and PSG expressing some interest. I think that's fugazi. Personally, I don't see a world where Bruno Fernandes leaves Manchester United. He's the club captain. He's Manchester United through and through at the current stage. Like, I can't really see him leaving for a PSG or a whatever the case may be. One, because I don't see a club shelling out 75, 80 million pounds to pay for Bruno Fernandes. I don't see anyone paying that money for him. I'd be stunned. I'd personally be stunned. I just don't see it. I personally do not see where he gets who PSG paying that money, unless of course we're talking swap deals, whatever the case may be. I can't see, but Bruno Fernandes is so comfortable in Manchester. He loves the club. I think he's comfortable in Manchester. His family's comfortable in Manchester. They've seemed to settle in Manchester, and he's become, Manchester through and through. So I just can't see it happening. And according to reports, João Neves is higher on the priority list. So, I personally can't see Bruno Fernandes leaving the club. I think cashing in on him at this point would be perfect. I think it would be perfect. I think it would be good for him. I think it would be good for the club. He can go win some trophies in Paris, play some Champions League football. I think the league would suit him, and I think we could make money off of him. I think a lot of fans overvalue him. I don't think he's worth 100 million euros or whatever, but I think 70 million, 75 million, why not? I'd get rid of him for 75 million. Easy. I think that would be a great business for a 29-year-old midfielder. I think it's a no-brainer, but I don't see it happening personally, especially because PSG's priorities are in other places. Guys, make sure to hit the like button for anybody who does join the stream. Make sure to hit the like button for your boy. For those watching on TikTok, make sure to hit the subscribe. Make sure to follow me on TikTok. We're shooting for 14K. You feel me? So, yeah, just show some love, people. Show some love on TikTok. We're going for 14K. Show some love on YouTube. We're going for 500 subs on YouTube. So yeah, show your boy some love as always. But next topic, we're going to talk about Bayern Munich and the conversations we've been having with them. Clearly, there has been some discussions about De Ligt. That's been news over the past week or two, whatever the case may be. But now there's news of Mazraoui, Mazraoui, former Ajax player, former Ten Hag player, that we are expressing interest in him. That kind of surprised me. I know we need a right back, to be quite honest with you. Aaron Wan-Bissaka looks out of place. He really does look out of place. I just can't see him. He is what he is. He's never going to be a technically gifted enough player to play high level football for Man United, when we're really good. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's a bad player. I just don't think he's a Man United player at this point anymore. And yeah, Mazraoui's on the list. Mazraoui is an interesting one to me because he kind of had a weird season last campaign. He didn't get a lot of game time. Conrad Limer was playing at right back a ton. We saw Kimmich play at right back a ton. He didn't really break into the side. Could you say that was Thomas Tuchel? Maybe. Whatever the case may be, he didn't really have a good season. You feel me? And kind of similarly to De Ligt, like I don't know if Tuchel really rocked with him like that. I don't think Tuchel really rocked with him like that. So it's interesting to see where we end up. You know what I'm saying? Where we end up with both of those players. Do we get both of them? Do we only get one of those players? For those of you who don't know Mazraoui, he's a very technically gifted right back. I don't think he's a great defender, to be honest with you. I think he's a average defender. I'm not sure if he's a top level right back. I think he has the technical, he has great feet. Like, he does have great feet. That's undeniable. But I don't know if he has the requisite defensive ability. We'll see, though. I still think he's an upgrade on Wan-Bissaka just because he's so much better technically. And again, we still have Dalot, who's a right back. He can push him for competition. So I don't think it's a bad deal, to be honest with you. I don't think it's a bad deal. I know it's in the early stages, so we don't really have too much information on where we want to go with that. But, I'm just happy that we're being so active in the market. Like, we're just getting links upon links. And it's like concrete discussions. Like, these aren't just like, this, the reports that always say like, we're interested in this player, but we never signed the player. You feel me? Like, I hate deals like that. You know what I'm saying? I hate deals like that. So, but these are links like that. But these links are like concrete. There's discussions being had. There's been discussions with De Ligt. I know we put in according to reports, we put in a bid for De Ligt that got rejected. We have negotiating discussions with, we're negotiating contracts and discussions with, or not contracts, excuse me. We're negotiating with Bayern Munich about Mazraoui, and there's an interest there. I bring him into the squad. I think he makes the squad a bit better. I don't think he's necessarily a starting 11 player. Is he better than Diogo Dalot? I don't think he's better than Diogo Dalot, personally. I think Diogo Dalot is better defensively. I think, Mazraoui has equal capability on the ball. I think he, crosses the ball equally well, all that good stuff. But, we'll just have to wait and see. What are your thoughts on Mazraoui, though, people? Like, do you think that he's a good player? Do you think that, he's somebody that we should be going after? Are there right backs that you'd rather have, or the right backs that you'd rather be shooting for? I don't know. I think Mazraoui is a good rotational piece. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he's a good enough rotational piece, right? He can play right back. Dalot can play left back and right back. You feel me? With the addition of Euro, he can play right back as well. So these are all good things. These are all very good things. Speaking of Euro, real quick, his like first big interview dropped today on MUTV, and that was quite interesting. I can't even lie. He seems like a very humble kid. He seems like a very down-to-earth kid. He seems like somebody who, you know what I'm saying, like, has a good head on his shoulders. It was quite refreshing to see. He said it was his dream. I don't know how true that is. Players always say that when they come to a big club like Man United. It's my dream to play at Man United, and whatever the case may be. But I don't blame him. I thought he handled the interview really well. It was cool to see Rio give him some love. Chant his name. It was good to see how he seems very like down to earth. He seems very humble. He seems like he has a good head on his shoulders, which is good to see. To be honest with you, I think it's very good to see. I'm happy. I'm happy that he's in and around. He's getting settled. Obviously, he's only 19. Like we have to remember that he's only 19. So I still want us to get a Delict or whoever the case may be, another center back to kind of give him some cover. I think the Maguire Lindelof era is officially over. I'd be shocked if those two played next season. You feel me? So it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. I'm happy that the interview was good. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's on YouTube. It's on MUTV, whatever the case may be. So check that out. Also, some other news from internally and in the club. Amrabat, we didn't activate his buy option, which was about 20 million euros or something like that, or 20 million pounds. I can't remember if it was 20 million pounds or 20 million euros, whatever the case may be. But we activated his clause. You feel me? And yeah, no, excuse me, we didn't activate his clause. And apparently, Ten Hag and the club are still interested in bringing him to Manchester, but not for that price. So I think there's some negotiating going on, figuring out if we can still keep him at the club, which I'm happy about because I think Amrabat's a good player who just didn't get the right opportunities last season. I think he's good enough on the ball. I think he's good enough defensively. I think he's a good squad player, can play a lot of games for us, rotate in for cup games, start a bunch of games. Like I think he's just a good person to have in the squad. You feel me? He can play with Kobe Manu. If we add another midfielder like a Ugarte or a Zubimendi or whatever the case may be, I think he makes us decent. I really do. I really think he makes us decent. So yeah, I hope Amrabat we find a way to make that happen and sign another midfielder like an Ugarte. You feel me? Or a Zubimendi. So then we have Ugarte, Zubimendi, or excuse me, we have Ugarte or Zubimendi. We have Manu. We can promote the likes of a Collier, who I really like. We have a Bruno. We have it's getting better. It's still not perfect, mind you. But it's a lot better than what we've seen over the past few seasons. Like I think Amrabat adds balance. If we get another 6, that's even more balance. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see what we do with that. And then apparently another piece of news. I think we're trying to quote unquote hijack the Fofana to AC Milan deal. How true that is? Apparently, a couple teams have tried to hijack that deal. Is it gonna happen or not? I don't really know. I think a lot of it is Fugazi personally. I think a lot of it is Fugazi, but we shall see. You know what I'm saying? We shall see. I don't see it. I don't see the Fofana thing happening. I think that's the one thing in the group that's a bit of paper talk. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit of paper talk. So we'll just have to wait and see. You feel me? We'll just have to wait and see. But I'm interesting to see what we can do about that. Oh, I see Staffy just dropped a note. Just dropped a note for the redirect community settings. Let's see. How do I do that? I've never redirected before. Let's see. How do I redirect? Let's see that. General. Yeah, let's see how I can figure out this redirect. Let's see, guys. Make sure to hit the like button for your boy. Let's see. But yeah, no, guys. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Fofana? I think Fofana's a good player. I think Fofana's a pretty good player. I see you, Stappy. Hey, Stappy, text me on WhatsApp, bro. Text me on WhatsApp. But yeah, I think Fofana's a good player. I just don't see. I really think it's a bit fugazi, this whole Fofana this whole Fofana situation. Personally, I don't see him. Um, I don't see him joining the club. I really don't. I don't see him being a part of. I just think he's already so far down the path with the other clubs that are chasing him, and we have also gone down the path of the likes of Ugarte and Zubamendi. I just can't see us really going down that path. You know what I'm saying? I personally can't see it. I personally can't see it. Let me see. Let me see if I can I can make a change here. I don't even know. Let me see. Trying to figure out how to enable this redirect. I don't know how. Let me see. Yeah, but no big deal. The Fofana, like I said, the Fofana news is quite interesting. The Fofana news is quite interesting. If you gave me a choice between Fofana, Ugarte, and Zubamendi, I'd probably pick Zubamendi. I'd probably pick Zubamendi personally. I think he's the most technically gifted out of those three. Regista Kev, much love. Appreciate you hopping into the comments. For those who may be hopping in from other platforms, make sure to hit the like button for your boy. Make sure to hit the subscribe button for your boy. We're gunning for 500 subs on YouTube. You feel me? We're gunning for 500 subs on YouTube, 14K on TikTok. So make sure that you show some love to your boy. You feel me? Show some love to your boy. I'm trying to see if I enabled this redirect. Let's see if I can. Let's see. Let's see what I can do here. Let's see. Let's see. I don't think I'll figure that out when maybe another live stream. No big deal. No big deal. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna go to guys, make sure to hit the like button for your boy. It's a fun little bounce back. Let's see here. Let's see. Got it. Okay. All right. So we're locked in now. I just did it. We're going to have a little thoughts on your debut. Don't know if you talked about it. Yeah, I didn't actually talk about it. I was highly impressed with his debut. I'm not going to lie. I was highly impressed with his debut. I thought I said it the other day. I think his debut was a microcosm of what I think his season is going to be. I think he played really, really well most of the game. I think that one mistake he made where he gave the ball away and there was an opportunity off it, but he recovered his mistake. He what I say, he recovered his mistake. I thought it was a really, really good debut. And I think that he has the potential to maybe be a starter. I didn't think he would be starting I didn't think he would be a starter this season personally. I still don't know if he will be a starter, but here's the thing, right? Like here's the thing, right? I think that if we get another center back, I think those two will be. I think Lissandro's position is locked down if he stays fit. The next thing I think is going to be either Euro and another person, either Delict or whatever center back we sound. Is it Branthwaite, whoever? I think they'll be battling for a spot. One thing I love seeing on youngsters how calm they play. That's what usually tells me they're ready. Felt that with Manu last preseason. 100%. 100%. I think Manu looked ready. Again, even Manu, I think we still play him a bit too much, even though he's clearly quality. I think he's a starting caliber Man United player. I just don't know. I think sometimes you have to protect young players. Like Phil Foden, like he was ready early too, but Pep kind of like obviously they had a better system, but Pep protected him. You feel me? Pep protected him way more than we're protecting a Manu and a Garnacho, even who played literally like 30 games on the spin or 35 games on the spin, something ridiculous. Also, don't think that was his mistake. Evans should have stepped up for it. Yeah, it was a little mix up. You know what I'm saying? I do think his pass was a bit loose, and Evans could have maybe recovered. But I think if Evans had tried to attempt to get that, I think he would have been done for pace. So that's why he stepped back. Yeah, no, 100%. I think both of those young players, like Manu, I hope that he gets a bit more rest, and I hope that Euro, we don't run him into the ground because that's what Ten Hag has been doing the past 2 seasons. Like he's played like the same people like constantly. Bruno's played all the time. Garnacho's played all the time. Anthony, when he was fit, played a ton. Manu, once he got fit, played a ton. He kind of just plays the same rotations, right? So, yeah, no, Euro, good debut. There was a lot of good things about that preseason game. You feel me? I really enjoyed watching Toby Collier. I thought Toby Collier was really good. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't watch too much of the youth teams. I kind of just like to see who comes up and who plays in preseason and stuff like that to make an assessment. And yeah, Toby Collier was definitely the standout player for me. I liked the Oyedele kid. I liked I can't remember who started at left back. Keegan, was it Murray? Is it Keegan Murray or not Keegan Murray? Keegan Murray is the Kings player, but the Sacramento Kings player. But Murray, I can't remember his first name. Forgive me. Hope with structure and assistant coaching to help nudge Ten Hag to rotate. Yeah, hopefully. I don't know what the situation with Ruud Van Nistelrooy is. Like, obviously, he didn't bring Ruud Van Nistelrooy in, so maybe Ruud will be more apt to just tell it how it is because he feels like maybe he has a bit more security. You know what I'm saying? So we shall see. We shall see. I am interested to see how all of that pans out, to be quite honest with you. Like as it currently stands, this roster is going to be, we're making big changes. Like we look like by far the most active team in the Premier League. Like Arsenal's about to make some moves, like the Calafiori, I think Mikel Merino, whatever the case may be. Liverpool's been quiet. Man City's been quiet. Chelsea needs to sell players. I saw something that they have like 46 players in their like first team, something just absolutely ridiculous, right? So we are the ones who are making the moves, and it feels good. I'm not gonna lie, like these past few weeks have felt really good. We've actually done things to improve our squad. Like we've actually been aggressive in the market. Like we've like made deals effectively, haven't wasted time on deals. You know what I'm saying? Like all these different things. So it feels good. It feels good. I'll be quite honest with you. It really doesn't even feel real sometimes. I'm like, I can't believe that we actually have a director of football, technical director of recruitment, right? A CEO. Like it feels really good, honestly. Like we haven't had this in forever. I agree. I don't recognize my club anymore. Finally, in a good way, I can say that 100%. 100%. This does not feel like Man United. Honestly, I am stunned. I am personally stunned. I think that, let me not say I'm stunned because, maybe stunned is the wrong word. I am surprised at how efficient they've been, though. I will say that. Like, I'm surprised at how efficient they've been. This is a pleasant surprise. It's a pleasant surprise. Like, long may it continue. Long may it continue because we have suffered. You feel me? Like, we have actually suffered. Like, we have actually suffered. So it feels good. It feels really good to actually have a club that's doing the right things, making the right moves, And I still think we have a bunch of more business to do, which is the crazy part about all of this. Like, we still have a lot of outgoings. I think we're going to try and get rid of Victor Lindelof. I know that Ten Hag said he would like Scott McTominay to stay, but depending on the price, I think we could see Scott McTominay dip. Like, if someone offers like 30, 35 million for him, why would we keep him? Why would we keep him? You know what I'm saying? We have Collier, who's in the background. The good young players in the background, like, he actually can dip. Like, outside of goals, Scott McTominay really doesn't offer that much to me. You know what I'm saying? So I think we should be looking at the outgoings. We've gotten rid of Mason Greenwood. We've gotten rid of Rafael Varane. We've gotten rid of Anthony Martial. Casemiro also looks like he could be on the move. Who knows if Jadon Sancho stays or goes? Who knows if Aaron Wan-Bissaka stays or goes? Like, there's a lot of work to be done still, which is different than the norm. You know what I'm saying? It's different than the norm, and I'm okay with that. You feel me? I'm actually okay with this. So good point. Van de Beek as well. So it's good times. It's happy days, bro. I feel great. I can't even lie. I feel fantastic. This is the best I felt in quite a while. Honestly, I wish that some of the fan base would recognize, like, this is what needed to happen. And when I say that, I mean, like, certain fans are skeptical. I've had conversations with fans who are skeptical of, like, a Dan Ashworth or a Omar Barada on an individual level. I'm like, no, this is a collective effort. Like, this regime that Jim Ratcliffe has put in place, like, it's all a collective effort. Everyone is splitting responsibilities evenly, right? Dan Ashworth has his role. Vivek Vavel, has his role. Omar Barada has his role. Sir Dave Brailsford has his role. Like, everybody has a part to play, which is good. That's how it should be. That's honestly how it should be. So, it's good. It feels good. We've done a lot. I've done a lot of different conversations. Had a lot of different conversations with people, and the skepticism is strange to me, to be quite frank. I think that's just PTSD or moving different. 100%. I think people are just nervous. I think people are just trying to figure out what is good, what is happening. Is this actually real? And I think I said this when the news first broke that Sir Jim Ratcliffe would take over the club. I always said, listen, I don't know what's going to happen, but they can't be worse than the Glazers. That's what I said. They can't be worse than the Glazers. Like, let's be real. Like, the Glazers are the worst owners in sport, like the worst owners of sports teams in the world. I'm not exaggerating. Like, they're terrible. Like, they do not know how to run functional teams. So I always said, it can't be as bad as them. It can't. It's impossible. And they've proven us right, literally, in like a month. Like, it's crazy. He didn't do anything bully. He didn't do the bully thing and try to do it all. Oops, move my camera. He didn't do the bully thing and try to do it all. He got specialists and roles to all work together. Yeah, that's how a proper club operates. Like, you operate with the intent of splitting responsibilities. That's how it's always been, and that's how it always will be. You feel me? So I think that we need to continue to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we need to continue to do that. I don't see why Man United would veer from this type of model. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they veer from this type of model. It's quite interesting. Guys, drop some questions in the chat. Also, Eric Ten Hag recently talked about, like, how there's less responsibility on his shoulders, which is tied to what we're talking about in terms of, you feel me, the sharing of responsibilities. Like, he was in charge of, like, picking players and doing different stuff that he had just no business doing. You feel me? So I'm glad that he is not in that position anymore. Like, he just has to focus on the footy. Just focus on picking the right team, managing these players, making sure you're not overworking any players, making sure that you actually put these players in a position to succeed. We're not overrunning our players. We've made so many changes. Even the medical staff, we've made changes to the medical staff. Like a lot of things have changed this summer. Like they're not playing around, bro. Like they're not playing around. He seemed happy about it. I think he knew it was too much. He just wants to coach 100%. 100%. If I was him, I'd be tired too. Like no manager should be. This is not like Sir Alex and David Gill days, bro. These clubs are too huge in stature in terms of the money, the business, the sales, the marketing. You can't ask a manager to do everything, bro. It's just diabolical to ask a manager to do something like that. It really is. Like it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. You feel me? So yeah, it's interesting. It is interesting. I wonder what's gonna go on. I really do over the next couple of days. Obviously, the PSG stuff, the Bayern Munich stuff. What are my expectations for this season? Honestly, I'm gonna withhold my comments on that until like we're right to the end of the season. You want to see? I want to build up to that. I still am working through how I feel the season is gonna go. I have a rough idea. You feel me? I have a rough idea, but I'm not 100% certain. Like there's a potential we could finish inside the top 3 or 4. There's a potential we finish 6th or 7th again. Like, or I don't think we'll finish 8th, but I think we'll that 3rd to 7th. I haven't decided where we're gonna finish. You know what I'm saying? I haven't made up my mind on where we'll end up that season. So yeah, it's gonna be a crazy season. I think this is gonna be a roller coaster of a season in terms of just like our emotion, but not as bad. It's not gonna be as bad as last season. I don't think it'll be as bad as last season, but I think it will be an exercise in patience again, but with the caveat that we do see the likes of Euro, the likes of Ahmad, the likes of Kobe Mainu really step up and kind of imprint themselves on this season and, or imprint themselves on the squad and kind of bring that youthful energy that we need. You know what I'm saying? Fair. I think main stuff for me is better football. That alone should have us top 5 in Europa and domestically going far again. Yeah, for sure. I think, better football for sure. But the thing is, like, I just don't know with this manager. Like, I have a team in my head I would pick, but I don't think the manager would pick that team. So if he picks the players that I think he'd pick, I don't think we're going to play better football. That's the issue. Yeah, we might have a person like a Euro who's going to play or a number 6 who's going to get in the side, but I just don't trust this manager to pick the right team. I don't. There's a world where he picks Rashford over Sancho. There's a world where he picks Anthony over Ahmad. There's a world where he picks Højlund over Xerxes. You know what I'm saying? He's going to pick Bruno Fernandes. I know that. And I'm not a big fan of Bruno Fernandes. I don't think he's of the standard. You feel me? So it really just depends on the manager. It really just depends on the manager. So I'm torn. Honestly. I just have doubts that the manager can do what we need him to do. I agree with you. I want to see a lot of Ahmad this year. Have Rashford battle with Garnacho on the left. I want Sancho on that left-hand side personally. But we've already talked about his potential of leaving today. If Sancho stays, he needs to take that left-hand side, in my opinion. I think Rashford and Garnacho can hold bench respectfully. They both didn't have better season than Jadon Sancho. It's just a fact. Look it up. The numbers show it. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. But I'm gonna wrap up here in a second. Do like 40 minutes today. I'm gonna get on the live streams tomorrow as well. And make some content for you guys. I'm gonna be doing live streams for the next few days just to kind of get back in the swing of things. Just to get back in the swing of things and see how I feel and if I want to make this live content, because now I got my camera hooked up to StreamYard. It looks really clear. I kind of like this view. I kind of like, the feel of this, right? So I'm gonna obviously invite more guests to the show. I got a lot of great content creator friends who who will definitely show some love and hopefully join the live streams. Join the live streams in the coming days and weeks and months, and as we lead up to the season. So, yeah, man, please show some love. Make sure to follow your boy on TikTok. Let me see if I can drop my TikTok link. Actually, my TikTok link is in the description. So make sure to follow me on TikTok. We're going to 14K on TikTok. We're going for 500 here on YouTube. So I would really appreciate it if we could get to 500. That would be a blessing. So yeah, guys, make sure to hit the and I appreciate it, Regista Kev. Yeah, definitely gonna keep up the grind. Got a lot of work to do. It's been crazy for me at work. It's my Q4, so I kind of took a step back to lock in on the business of sales. That's what I do for a living. So had to make that shmoney, bro. But we're back, baby. We still got a little time left before my Q4 ends, but I'm just gonna not sleep, man. That's kind of how it works. You just gotta grind, bro. You gotta do stuff when it's not comfortable. So yeah, appreciate the love, people. Regista Kev, thank you so much for hopping into the live and making the comments cool. Thank you so much, everyone, for hopping on. You feel me? And we will talk real soon. All right. Deuces.